Yo, what's good with y'all? Back at it with another podcast. A very late ass podcast at that. Uh my bad. Family come over. I mean, it's not a quiet house. But enough of the excuses. Episode 4, talking about the power of your word and how it can destroy your future. If you care about thinking that far ahead. Personally, I stay in the present because that's the only thing that is promised to me. But if you if you want to look at more into the future, then this is a podcast for you. And yeah, let's get started.
The Creator. The Creator cast. The Creator. The Creator cast.
Damn, that intro so fire, man. All right, come on, back at the topic at hand. So we're talking about the power of your word and how it can be detrimental to your future. Whether you're talking about 10 years down the road, 20 years, or hell, tomorrow or in the next hour, right? Um, your word is powerful. Your manifestations are powerful. Um, so let's say you manifest something, right? Let's say, like, you don't even have to do it out loud, right? It can be in your head and you visualize it or you say it in your head, right? And it comes tomorrow. Or no, it doesn't come tomorrow. So then you start, kind of thinking in your head, man, this shit doesn't work. Manifestation doesn't work. Just thinking about it, hell, even me busting my ass after manifesting it doesn't work. This shit is phony, right? By saying that, you can block that manifestation that you just had. Or that you block whatever you tried to manifest. And now you're manifesting what I would call chaos. Because now, since you don't really believe, it's something that's different. And now it's negative energy that you're manifesting now. Because now you have a negative tune about it. That's like kind of like if you're at work and you kind of, you manifest something bad to happen to a customer or you think about it. So you're kind of like manifesting it to happen to this customer because, they cussed you out or they made you feel like an idiot or whatever, right? Your words, like your negative words, negative and positive words, but right now I'm talking about the negative ones. Your negative words have to pass through you first. So it's like, man, I hope they trip and fall, right? Let's say like not even 10 minutes later, that shit happens to you. You trip and fall and hurt yourself, right? Well, yeah, that energy has to pass through you first. So it's gonna be hell for you for a little bit. And then it might touch that other person, right? Like saying, oh, I hope they get fired. I hope they get fired from their job. Then you get fired. Because again, that dark energy, that dark, evil, negative energy that you just put out there, it has to travel through you first. It has to go straight through you. Or like when let's say you manifest millions of dollars, right? You manifest $1 million. And you busting your ass to get that $1 million. You're not just manifesting and sitting around. You actually working, you doing what you need to do, right? But then you start to envy other millionaires. And we already know what happens when you envy. That's negative energy. Now you get jealous. You start thinking of ways that you could take their money from them and stuff like that. So, oh yeah, we'll go from there. Let's say you know a millionaire, and that's what you want to be. You're manifesting millions, but you know a millionaire, right? And you see him, and then you start like that could be your best friend. Then you start hating him. Then you start wanting to take from him. And while you're visualizing this in your mind, which I would still say is your word because it's in your mind, and you know that we can talk to ourselves kind of like subconsciously, but it's mostly like talking to yourself through pictures and vivid memories and videos played in your mind, right? That's how I see the power of your word. Also, I don't just see it as like me, what I'm doing right now, like physically talking. I also see it like as you visualizing, because to me, visualizing is also like a form of word. Because while you can't get the words out, uh, you're visualizing what you wanted to say. So in a way, it's still your word. So like if you visualize somebody getting robbed, right, and that gives you some type of not gratification. What would you call that? Gives you some type of pleasure, right? You visualizing that can actually manifest chaos in your life, and you probably could get robbed that day, or you could probably get killed that day, right? Or if it's not even that day, it's probably your future. Like I said, it can be detrimental to your future. So in like a couple years, you could get robbed, or hell, a couple of years you could get that $1 million, and then the same thing that you did to that other guy, you envied, wanted to take his money, wanted him to fall. There's somebody else right there by you doing the same exact thing. So it's just a cycle. That's why I say your word is so powerful, man. Like, it's so powerful. Just by you just visualizing for like 5, 10 seconds, you can manifest some crazy shit. Like, I've done it before. I prayed on somebody's downfall before, and I lost myself. Because again, that dark energy has to pass through you first. Like, damn, my computer going crazy. Y'all hear that fan in the background? Jesus. Man, it's one thing about Macs, man. A new one come out, it want to start fucking up. I'm not getting a new one. Shit. Anyways, like I was saying, your word is terribly powerful. Like, to the point where it can, to the point where it's like kind of almost divine. Like whatever you put out into the universe is what you're gonna get back tenfold. So reaping what you sow, you reap more than what you sow. That goes around, comes around tenfold. So while let's say you manifest that person getting robbed, and he actually ends up getting robbed, right? And now you're all happy, like, yes. Well, in about 2 years down the road, or hell, maybe even in the next hour when you walk out of work, somebody could rob you and kill you, or shoot you, or do a little identity thing on you, right? Because it's still robbing, you're getting their money. Or somebody takes your credit card or your debit card, things of that nature. It's like, now you're over there like, damn, what did I do to deserve this? And most people, when they do get robbed or they get shot or stabbed or beat the fuck up in a fight, they're like, oh, they want to go straight to the victim role. Instead of seeing why the hell did this happen to you? Because this is not just a random attack. Motherfuckers don't just go over there and just start beating people's asses for no reason, right? And that's what I've been trying to kind of tell people, but when you can't really tell somebody that, because that's such a touchy subject. Let's say like somebody's friend just passed away, right? From getting shot. And it's like, well, what did he do before that to for that to happen? For him to just get um killed like that or backdoored, because sometimes they do that to their own people. And people often they would get mad at that because it's like, who gives a fuck what he did? The problem is he got shot, right? And true, it's probably a little assholeish to try to poke around and what I mean. But that's what I want to be. I want to be a criminal psychologist as well. I want to really tap into the mind of murderers and people that other people just truly don't care about. That's that's my goal, to really help people that people just don't care about. Like people like, okay, well, okay, I'll get into that in a second. Let me stay on track. I'll be jumping around. Y'all already know this. This is the fourth podcast shit. It ain't nothing new. Y'all know what time it is. But no, and like it's not good to just poke around and do that shit, right? So I try not to. But whenever I see like a killing or something, I'm like, so what did he do for that to happen? And, a lot of people, they'd get mad and be like, who gives a fuck? The thing is that he got shot. It's like, no, you don't just get killed like that. You know what I mean? Like, you not saying that he directly did something to the person that shot him, because that's not always the case, right? Obviously, as we've known now, right? Um, Maybe he did something to somebody else, and he kept doing it, and time again, the Almighty Creator was like, "Hey, you need to stop this. You need to stop doing this to people. You need to leave them alone." And he never stopped. So then he fucked with the wrong person one day, and it happened, right? Or he kept doing it, and then just some random was probably shooting at somebody else, and a stray bullet hit this guy. You know what I mean? All because of his word, or what he visualized, or what he did, or what he said to somebody. You know what I mean? And like a lot of these like killings that go on nowadays, somebody arguing over a girl, um, something that just like arguing over a female, says probably some crazy shit, and then this guy pulls out his gun and shoots this guy. Right? That'd be more like a case of your energy that you put out coming back to you tenfold, 20-fold, 30-fold, you know? Because like you've been doing this. You've been doing this to other people. This is just the wrong guy that you mess with. Somebody who's already hurt, or somebody who already has negative energy into the world. So he really doesn't really give a shit what he does to you, right? But you've been doing this to other people, using your words to harm these people, break down these people. But then you find the wrong person. And then all that energy that you put out into the world comes right back to you tenfold, hits you dead in your chest with, the hot lead of a 223 or a 22 caliber or 40 caliber, whatever the hell, all the artillery we got these days, right? Because there's military grade weapons on the streets, and I'm not saying that we should take them away from people, because or make them illegal, because I don't know what they think that's gonna do. That's like making cigarettes illegal. Like, there's too many cigarettes out there, and the problem is already here. There's nothing you can really do. You know what I mean? But like whatever artillery they got these days, right? But all this just to say, like, watch what you say, watch what you visualize, and watch what you say, watch what you visualize, and watch your energy. I'm not saying that we're not gonna have bad energy from time to time, or we're not gonna be pissed off over here and over there. Hell, I'm almost at the top of my game right now when it comes to the spiritual warrior shit. And I still find myself getting annoyed and angry, or suffering, mentally suffering, not really, not physically. Mentally suffering is harder to get out of. Physically suffering, I mean, yeah, it hurts. I mean, you got punched in your arm, right? So you're physically suffering, but it's gonna go away. Can't stay there. It can't hurt forever, unless Mike Tyson hits you, and that's a whole different story, my nigga. That's tough. but but mentally suffering is harder to get out of because it takes me back to feeling trapped. Like having a noose around my neck, and you know, it's like when I'm at work, something or I'll when I okay, I get work. If I think past work, like kind of like dismissing where I am. Sometimes like that turns into negative energy as well, because you're looking past um I guess you're looking past something that you should be grateful for, since the creator kind of gave you this job. You're looking past something that you could actually learn from. You know what I mean? And I kind of throwing this job to the side, like, man, fuck this job, man. I don't give a fuck. Oh, I'm late. Oh, who cares, right? When you do that, you invite demons, you invite negative energy. I mean, not saying all demons are bad, because Baphomet and Lucifer are not bad at all. If you really go research and go look up what they really are, and that is actually your doing, if Lucifer turns to Satan, it would help you understand better of what their true intentions are. They're not evil. It's on your own doing to turn them evil, or overuse. It's like if you abuse God, then or if you abuse God's saying, or you hurt God's children, he'll show you. He'll give you that judgment type of thing, right? Type of deal. Because, you're fucking with his kids, and you shouldn't be doing that. All back to the power of your word and the power of what you're doing. Pop the hell out of my ankle. All right. But, I mean, being at work, being like, man, fuck this job, man. Like, I don't give a fuck about being late. I don't care what she said to me. I don't, like thinking like that, which I don't really think like that anymore. But when I did, you would invite negative energy. That invites nothing but negative energy to be around you. Especially I think it was last week when I was there. So I work 3 days a week. I used to work like 5 to 6. Then realized that it was taking a toll on my music and my schooling and things that I wanted to do that actually mattered to me, that I actually need to do. Like, I don't need to be at work 6 days a week. Money is meaningless to me. I don't care. I have what I have. I manifested what I have right now. I have all the materialistic possessions that I need to better my career. You know what I mean? Like, I'm grateful for everything that I have. I don't need money right now. Like, I don't, and this thing that Sadhguru said, he said, keep money in your pocket, out of your mind. So money will destroy your mind. And it's also another thing, like I was saying earlier, you want $1 million. You see somebody with $1 million, or somebody who's a millionaire that could be very well be your friend, and now you envy them. Now you want to hurt them because they have more money than you and they have what you want. And now they get robbed and you're all happy, then it just starts the whole shit again. See? Came back around. Um but being at work and like just kind of not feeling sorry for myself last week. Well, I mean, kind of feeling sorry for myself. Like, I didn't forget my purpose. Like, my purpose is always in my mind, always in my head. That's all I think about is music and podcasting. Music, podcasting, spirituality, and knowledge, and helping people not suffer, right? That's all I think of. So much so that I actually memorized one of my manifestations that I used to do. I am grateful for a big platform to where I can help end people's suffering. If not end, then at least soften the blow of it. The power of my words and my podcast and my music are tremendous. I thank you, my Lord and Savior. I thank you, my Lord and Savior, for giving me the opportunity to be physically, monetarily, mentally, and spiritually wealthy. That's a paragraph, pretty much. Like, when I wrote it down, it's a fucking paragraph. I was like, damn, how am I going to remember this? No, but I remember it. And I try to make seem like, well, I try to say it every day out loud, but even if I don't say it out loud, I still remember it mentally, and it hits way harder mentally, or in my subconscious mind, right? But yeah, just being at work longer than I needed to be, like 4 days. Hell, I think 5 actually, 5 days, 8 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours. Just the whole 9 yards, bro. Like, just doing dumb shit, and my higher self was like, "Hey, like I'm gonna show you why you don't need to do this." Because that 3 days a week is just fine for me. Cause I'm doing a podcast right now, dude. Like, the time that I have right now, and time is an illusion anyway. Because the more you look at it, the faster it goes. You know what I mean? Or it can be the other way around. The more you look at it, the slower it goes. If you don't want to be somewhere, or if you're rushing, you know how time go. Time being shit an hour and 10 minutes, and shit an hour and 5 minutes. Like, fuck, it's already 6. I thought it was 3. Like, you know how it is. Or you be at work. Oh, it gotta be about 4 p.m. now. I can go home. It'd be 12. It'd be 12. Yeah, just added 12 into. All right, but it'd be 12:06. You'd be like, fuck, I want to be here. And those things too invite negative energy because it'll anger me that I'm still at work and then I still have another 4 hours, even though I just came off a break, right? The lunch that is provided by companies that you only get one of, 30-minute lunch. Like, how you control when I get to eat, man? That shit crazy as hell. You gonna control when somebody gets to eat? It's the same shit they do in high school. High school just gets you prepared for this. That's crazy. All throughout elementary school, middle school, and high school, you gotta wait for somebody to tell you to eat. And work, you get your freedom, but you get 30 minutes. It's like, all right, I'm going on break. All right, see you in 30 minutes. Like, what if I want to take an hour or two? What if I just want to be what if I just want to be by myself? Oh wait, that's not a possibility. Gotcha. Okay, I got you. Shit's crazy as hell. You got me fucked up. You think I'm about to that you about to control how much time I get to eat? Oh man, but safe to say, I put in my 2 weeks and haven't looked back. But It's neither here or there. I'm talking about last week, right? Not this week. All right, so my past. Um, Last week, feeling sorry, and my higher self was like, "Let me show you why you shouldn't do this." And he showed me that, like, this is what happens if you're here every day. It's the same shit that happened when you used to do this shit every single day. It's the same thing when you used to only get Monday and Friday off. Which, I mean, that's probably a luxury to some people because it's like, what? I don't gotta go on Monday and on Friday I get to go out with the boys or whatever. Yeah, I still had school, Monday through Thursday, or sometimes it'd be Tuesday, Thursday, and Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever they wanted, right? Now it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's just like, it showed me like you don't need to do this. If your purpose is really what your purpose is, which obviously my higher self is all knowing, so he knows this is my purpose. The creator knows this is my purpose. Hell, he gave it to me, right? And when I started following it, people started recognizing my work. Go look at my YouTube channel. Or I mean, you're on my YouTube channel actually to watch this, but like, people actually love these. I met somebody who, like, pure coincidence, dude. Like, it didn't even make sense how I met this person or how he, like, I always praise Spiritual Tony, right? Spiritual Tony, I was under one of his songs and um, saw this guy. His name was Arrow G, which, by the way, go check out this nigga's music, bro. He's very good. Along with Spiritual Tony, they are very very good. Spiritual Tony music and Arrow G. All right, they got some go, and they talking spiritual, so it's like a plus, right? But um, but I met Arrow G, bro. Like, not not face to face, obviously, because that's one of the good things about social media. You can meet people who are all over the world and see that they're actually good, genuine people who just want to see other people get better, right? You just want to end the suffering, man, the endless suffering that people have. This is cool, right? And like, my higher self showed me, like, look, on all platforms, people love your song. All platforms. People on Snapchat, where I usually post my music and nobody says shit, right? Not a goddamn thing. And I know my music's good, right? Like, I know my music's good as fuck. I know it is. I'm getting better at mixing also, so it's gonna be even better, right? But usually, like, nobody says shit, but there are other, just the same, friends and shit like that, It hits different when somebody you don't know says your music is great, right? Oh shit, speaking of good songs, I need to send this dude the feature for you. Damn. Yeah, I know what I'm about to do after this podcast. All right. But but so damn. Oh, but on Snap, usual friends and but it hit different when somebody that you don't know says, like, "Hey, your music is tough, bro. Like, you good, bro. Like, your music is good." I put this song out. People are like, "Oh, wow, that's nice. Yeah, keep it going. Yeah, I wanna hear some more of this. Yeah, right." I really, people actually, caring about, my music, and what I'm doing and how I'm trying to change the world. They don't know that portion, right? They don't know that I'm trying to change the world, but or at least change. Like, it only takes 1% to change the world. So if I could bring in that 1%, we can change the world. Whether it's with us, or I mean, my generation's already changing the world for better and for worse. Because we're not all sensitive. I'm not sensitive, but the jokes people make and people getting sensitive and canceling them and all this other bullshit going on right now. Stuff that has nothing to do with our lives, really. They're just people who are just already hurt mentally, so they try to project onto other people, and act like they're holier than thou and act like other people can't say what they say. I don't like that type of world at all. I like peace, harmony, laughter, satisfaction, and happiness. That's what I like. Not anger, hate. Um, Say that you're gonna kill someone, or say you're gonna do this to somebody, or say that you're gonna harm yourself. I don't like those things, and so I try to just end that type of suffering that people have mentally, because all it is just mental suffering. Everybody's suffering at like everybody suffered at some point, and some people are still suffering, right? And back to the work thing, right? Um, I was suffering at work. My mental is strong as shit now, so it wasn't killing me inside like it used to, right? But my higher self showed me like, hey, like this is what it used to feel like. Yes, you've grown to a point to where a lot of this shit doesn't affect you like it used to, and you know how to get rid of it, but it's still affecting you. And it, until you get rid of these blockages, your manifestation is stopped. Well, in parentheses, stopped. Not parentheses. Are they parentheses? No, not parentheses. Quotations stopped, right? Because I'm still getting praise for my music. People still loving my music. Dude that doesn't even know me was like, "Hey man, if you ever need anything, I got you." It's like, you don't even know me, dude, and like you're helpful, you're kind. That's the type of people that I would definitely want around me. You know? And like, not saying that, I just want a bunch of nice people around me who care like about me, or like, not like that, because it's very fucking selfish. And when people say they want, and there's a lot of people that say they want kind people, they don't want kind people. They want people who are yes men or yes women, or somebody that, well, I guess that's the same thing. If you agree with everything they say, I guess you are a yes man or yes woman. Um, but that's what people like. It's like I want nice people uh, who love me for me and things like that. It's like, no, you want somebody who doesn't conflict with you, or who doesn't confront you when you're doing stupid shit or you're not being your true authentic self. I want people who are, nice, and we all build each other up, but I also want someone who's gonna confront me if they know I'm doing stupid shit. Like, hey, stop, nigga. I also want to be around people who are ready to fight. Like, would be ready to fight me, or ready to get in my face and cuss me the fuck out because I'm doing stupid shit. You know what I mean? That's somebody who gets in your face like that, tells you about yourself. He'll probably grab you by your shirt and put you against the wall, tell you, bro, if you don't stop, bro, we're gonna have to throw hands. That's your friend. That's a real friend. That's somebody who wants to see you do better by any means. It doesn't matter. You know? Because we all gonna fuck up in this world. You always gonna need that one person that I just breathe in the mic like that. But you're always gonna need that one person who's gonna be there, who Who's gonna tell you about yourself? You always need that one person. And at the same time, when he's not there or when she's not there, you got yourself, and you need to be able to confront yourself and be like, "Hey, nigga," or whatever you are, black, white, doesn't matter. But like, hey, but in this instance, me. It's like, hey, nigga, like you need to stop. You need to stop being stupid. You need to do. You need to do something else. My higher self was like, either you stop what you're doing, either you put in your 2 weeks, because you know they're gonna try to do what they do at this job, especially with all this, COVID going around and stuff. Um, since I didn't really want to get what get that uh not thinking about to do that. Get the shot, the COVID shot or the 2 shots. I guess you can get boosters now for everybody. So you get 3. I didn't want to get it for my own personal reasons. Like I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Like I'm all about your choice. So whatever you want to do it. I don't care. And a lot of people say they are too, but no, they're not. That's like somebody. It's weird because it's like, oh, fine, you don't want to go with me to the store. All right, I guess be bored as hell at the house then, right? To kind of like indirectly force you to go with them. It's like, all right, fine, I'll go with you. God, because they kind of make it harder on you and make it kind of look like they're make you feel bad for not going, right? Or like your spouse or whatever, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever is like, fine, don't go with me. I guess you're gonna be at the house. Or fine, I guess I'll just be alone by myself then. And they're like, oh my God, fine. All right, dude, I'm going. I'm like, let's go. Right? That's how I felt at my job. It was like, oh, you don't want to get the vaccine? Well, all right, well, then you're going to have to, that's fine. It's your choice, but I'm going to make it that much harder for you at work. I'm going to make you do a COVID test twice a week on your off days. Make you do it twice a week on your off days with somebody staring directly at your face while you do it. Which that makes sense because, I mean, anybody can fake a test. You know what I mean? But you're going to have to come in on your off day. We're going to need a designated proctor, be looking at you while you do it. 2 days a week on your off day. You get paid for it, but, I mean, it's like a 10-minute test. Like, I'm not going to sit there for an hour and a half and just dig in my notes with a fucking cotton swab, right? But in my higher self, it showed me that a while back. Like when no, let me finish this point before I say anything about that. A lot of people now are just like, yeah, you don't have to get the vaccine, but I'm gonna make it that much harder in your life. So you have to be like, well, fuck it, I'll get it. Shit. Fuck it, I got it. Here, give me it. Right? It just sucks. But I'm not gonna harp on it, I'm not gonna get angry at it because at the end of the day, it's the end of the day. It's funny as hell. But at the end of the day, it's your decision. At the end of the day, this is I'm in this physical body. I'm in this life to have an experience. I'm floating, man. My nigga. Like, I am floating. Like, the only time I know I'm in like deep shit or I'm in trouble is if I feel like I'm on Earth. And when I feel like I'm on Earth, my body gets stupid heavy. And that's what it was doing last week. And my higher self was just showing me all of this stuff. And I was just visualizing. He was like, look, you see this? This is from 2 months ago. This is from this time. Remember when you went to Dallas? Because they kind of redirected you to Dallas for a little bit and you had to do the overnights? Yeah, you almost died on the road coming home because one, it was raining and I fell asleep. And then I fell asleep almost every morning that I got off. One time I almost went straight into a fucking what is those things called? It's like Made the little concrete little thing right there that if you hit it, you're good. Like you hit it, and you're gonna be hurt, but you're not gonna like fly over into like the lake or whatever. Those little pillars. I guess they call it pillars or little concrete little block things that if you hit them on like the road, it's like on the side of the road. You know what I mean. Like you won't fall over or your car won't flip into the water below or to the next part of the highway. Whatever that shit is called. And it's like it showed me that, and I was like, damn, you're right. And then the next day, I had to go right to work at good old Oak Point, right? Uh, it's like, damn, man. Like, not even worrying about myself, just being a slave to money, And when I figured out money is meaningless, it's only meaningless if you give it meaning, which we did. It's currency, right? So it helps you buy materialistic shit, or you can put it in the stocks. You can put it. Shout out Acorns. You can put it in the stock. You can put it in the retirement fund, investment fund, like whatever. That's what I did. Uh, Bitcoin ain't doing so hot right now, but I put some shit in there and some other companies that I use. But um, I don't, man. My higher self, man. My higher self and me. My higher self really just showed me like, well, it's not what you need to do. You don't need to slave here just to get a little bit of money and buy shit for your passion, but don't do it. You know, all this shit I have thousands of dollars of equipment in here, and I'm just sitting here looking stupid. Not anymore, because I know I'm doing a podcast right now, but just sitting here looking dumb as hell. Not even, just like, just things like that my higher self opened me up to. And I was like, I put in my 2 weeks, like probably a month and a half or two back. And the store manager that was there, he was like, "Hey man, reconsider, bro. Hey, please reconsider." Um, and I did, but that's when I switched my schedule to only 3 days a week, and that really helped. Like, truthfully, that helped because now I can do my music, or now I can do whatever I need to do. Now I'm in my bag. But then I was still suffering because that was the start of my journey. Actually, I'm on my third eye chakra now. The shit that I saw yesterday, it just drive any normal person insane. Like the shit that I saw yesterday doesn't makes no sense. Like at all. Like I don't know if you ever like looked at a camera of like a bird's eye view, like how they show how birds see. I saw my third eye and I could see just like that. It was like a magnifying glass that could flip through different zooms. Or no, I'll take that back. A microscope that, because you can flip it through different zooms and shit, right? That's exactly what it was. Then I saw my third eye, my only, just one eye. It stared at me and was just looking at me. And it was controlled this time instead of it being two eyes and it being like unstable and making my anxiety kind of just peak out of nowhere. Did I ever mention to tell y'all that when I opened my third eye the first time that I lost my anxiety? I don't even get anxious, and when I do get anxious, it goes away quick. Cause I figure out I'm only suffering because I'm letting myself suffer. This is mentally. This doesn't mean shit. It's not out in the outer world. Who cares? Let's go. What are you fearing? Let's go. And so when I fear something, I and it goes away immediately. Get angry for the most part, gone. I know how to redirect my feelings now. But yeah, that should happen. But back to that's what I was talking about, like being at work and my higher self. Last week it showed me. It even showed me when and I felt it again. That one day I was at work and I almost lost my shit. This time we had a bunch of angry customers, but they were angry at their own accord because they don't know about the coupons and stuff, and that they have to be assigned to the same fucking card that you use, right? Like obviously it had to be on the same card, the same CVS card that you use. You can't just use a different card. That's like it's kind of obvious. It's like using your credit card and it declines, right? And like, but I put $100 on there today. It's like, man, this is your credit card, not your debit card. It shouldn't matter. It should always go like, is that type of shit, like stupid shit, right? Like not thinking in the moment. You're just mad just to be mad, and that you see me as less of you because of what I'm doing, right? But it didn't even make me mad. Like to be honest, like my patience is superb. It's always been superb, but it's at another level now, right? Um, so it was I was patient with her and other customers that came in that were visibly pissed at nothing. Always, I'm always good, but so it showed me again. It's like, do you really want to sit here and be tested? Like test your patience every day? I don't care who you are, you're gonna break soon. The nicest people have a tendency to break, and when they break, oh, it's over for everybody, every single body. There's plenty of nice people that turn into serial killers because of that one person, or they turn into murderers because of that one person. That one person that doesn't know about their history of getting fucked with, and then they go ape shit. I think I can even go back to the guy who's in Arlington, who shot that kid. I mean, shot the kid and then the teacher and then Grace, that one female that was at school with them, right? It took one more fight for him to say, fuck this shit. I'm going to kill you and anybody else in this room that was fucking with me. It took that one person after years of torment, right? It took that last fight. That was the last straw for him. But, of course, they're going to paint him as a villain. Because, I mean, he's a fucking school shooter. Like, can't do that. Like, like regardless of how much somebody bullies you, can't just kill them, or try to kill them or severely wound them. It doesn't matter, right? It's not right. Like if somebody I mean, like I've definitely had those things where I'm like, all right, you want to keep fucking with me? See me after school. I got something for you, right? Never had a gun, but I got not guns. What the fuck? I got knives, and I would back then I would gladly cut your throat and watch you bleed, right? Um, but I didn't do it because of my self control, and and some people don't have. Well, I wouldn't even say people don't have that. It's just sometimes your patience runs thin. You don't. It's shit that goes with it, man. It's just sometimes your patience runs thin. Maybe this is like the end. Like you've had a mental breakdown. You're like, I'm done with this shit. Like I can't do it no more. I'm gonna go ape shit. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna be exactly what they portray black people as. You know what I mean? Violence. So it's like, man, I feel for him, but at the same time I don't, because like you can't do that. You can't just like try to murder somebody because they were bullying you, even though they've been tormenting you for years. Hell, you even moved schools because other people at the other schools were bullying you. You go to this school, the same shit happens, right? Can't catch a break. And then when he was in middle school, he also got bullied. He got bullied his entire life, and then he just snapped. At the same time, I mean, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. That doesn't justify attempted murder. But back to being at work, I lost my shit. Higher self showed me that. Then I felt it again, but I could fight it off because that's just what I do now. I'm that nigga when it comes to fighting off anything that is detrimental to my mind and what could send me back to how I used to be. So like it showed me that it showed me that. It showed me that I don't need to be there. Uh Stay humble, stay grateful because you have a job, and be grateful that you had this type of opportunity, right? Even though it's a pretty easy opportunity to get. I mean, it's retail. they hiring everywhere. They don't give a fuck who you are. But it's still an opportunity because at the same time they're hiring whoever you are. They don't care. So and be grateful for the opportunity that you came right out the woodwork, out the gates, being a manager. You know what I mean? Which apparently I guess it doesn't happen for too many young black men because um I remember when I got the job, they were like, "Oh, they don't made a nigga a manager. They don't made this nigga a manager. They don't made a black boy a manager." That's crazy. Like, oh, well, you a manager? Wow. And yeah, man. People with your color is like, damn. Like, man. Sometimes I like hearing that shit because it's not taboo. Like I know a lot of black managers. Like, what? I know a lot of people who are black that moved in their ranks. Like my parents, they moved up tremendously. They also excel and have the drive of what they do. So it's like, obviously, I'm gonna inherit that from them, right? But my higher self was telling me, be grateful of where you at, and be grateful of the things that are coming forward. Stay positive. Keep connecting to me. Keep being one with me, because your higher self is with the Creator. I'm one with the Creator. Me and the Creator touched heads while I was meditating in the same pose as me. We touched heads with his purple cracked skin, you know, and like that's still one of the craziest thing I've ever seen. Was one of the best outer body experiences ever. That's how much negative energy I had in my body that I had to do a separate meditation to get all of it out and then meet me. You know, now I'm being me, just passionate, nice. Just want to see the best out of people. Just being me, man. Just loving me and loving who I am, and also loving everybody in this world, regardless of what you've done. I don't care what you've done. I don't love you any less than anybody else in this world, because I know that to do what you did, you're flawed in your mind. I know that your mind is fucked. And I want to help you out of that. So while I'm doing music, podcast, I want to dabble into criminal psychology and regular psychology. Just the study of why people do the things that they do. And once I do that, I'll be able to understand people more. That's the one thing I just want to understand people and understand how to remove their suffering. If not remove it, like I said in my manifestation, um, if not remove it, then at least soften the blow. Softening the blow is the first step to ending it. You know. But back to what the topic at hand was. The power of your word. The power of your word is extremely important. Like it's like I was just talking about, man, with work. Back at work, right? Back at the job. Job. Face ass. All right, but back at work, right? Um saying, fuck this job. As soon as you say that, boom, ain't nothing but straight negative energy coming straight at you, hitting you like a truck. So yeah, now you're on the ground. Now you're not floating like you usually do. Now you're not feeling like a guy like you usually do. Now you're feeling like a normal human being. Which ain't nothing wrong with feeling like that. I mean, that's your physical form, right? But when you're so used to feeling like a spiritual warrior and being uplifted and feeling higher, right? Not almighty, because that's ego, right? That'd be your ego. Like, oh, I'm higher than you. I'm almightier than you. Like, that's ego. Something that you don't want to have. But just being high to where I feel like I'm floating, and that high isn't weed, obviously, or any other drugs. Not yet, anyway. Um, but just high enough, to feel your vibration, like feel like high enough to feel a different vibration. To where if I would meditate in 963 hertz, which is the God frequency, or is it 936? Oh, don't let me mess this up. 639 is heart energy for your heart chakra. No, it's 963. All right, we get it. 963. Yeah, your God frequency, connecting with spirit guides, being able to hear them, and all these synchronicities that you see. I've seen so many of them. 999, 1111, 1212, 111. 9 again. 9 is always with something. I always see 9, Man. But, being like extremely high to where you feel your vibration shift and then getting knocked back down to earth is not a good feeling, man. You go right back into your lower self, which you don't want to be in. That's when you start talking shit to people and you start talking crazy and you stop giving a fuck about shit, right? That's your lower self. When somebody says something to you that you don't like and you're like, man, fuck you, nigga. Man, shut your ass up. Doing something like that, that's your lower self. Because you're trying to show that you're bigger than them or that you better than them or you tougher. That's ego. That's self-importance. Toxic self-importance. You don't need that. But that's where I was, kicking me right down to my lower self. And my higher self was like, in order to reach me again, you're going to have to get out of this little predicament that you're in right now. You're going to have to remove yourself from whatever the fuck you just said. And that shit takes time, dude. Like, after you say, man, fuck this job. I don't give a fuck about being late. I don't care about this. I don't care about... That shit takes time. It's like hours. Hell, being there, which, is kind of counterproductive if you want to change your, change your perspective. But even like being there, I definitely got out of it though, like in like an hour or 2 or 3. But it still shows up because you're at the place that you just said it. So now that energy is just all around you. That negative energy is surrounding you. Hence being trapped. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just crazy, man. It's like, if you're gonna think like that, if you do think like that, hold on, no, it's just thinking like that can fuck up your future. That can be detrimental to your future. And I'm not even talking about 3, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the line. I'm talking about in the next couple of minutes. You're gonna be suffering for 2 minutes feels like 2.5 hours, 2 days. That's how bad it is. So you can only imagine what it feels like to mentally suffer a full day for people. It feels like a lifetime. You know what I mean? And I know that feeling because I was in that feeling. I was stuck in my own way. I had demons, still have demons. Not as bad. I've tamed them, but I had some shit, man. Some demons that I could see that I my negative energy was so bad that I could see my own shadow. I could see multiple shadows. There's no way in hell I could sit in the pitch black dark today without seeing something. Or yeah, but I fixed it. So now I'm in the dark. I sit in the dark. I sleep in the dark. I sit up. I look up at the dark. Like it doesn't bother me at all. Cause I know I'm protected. You know. Main thing, man. Just remember how powerful your word is. Remember how crazy life can get when you start speaking negatively, um, or when you start speaking evil, demonic shit into existence. Like your suffering can go from 10 to 1,000 real quick. Even especially if it's already at 10, oh yeah, you're fucked. You gotta you gotta be able to redirect that, man. If you can't, if you can't figure it out, get at me. I got you. Cause we all in this together. I'll give you the blueprint, man. We're all in this shit together, dude. And as always, I love y'all. Say a couple things I'm grateful for. Um, I'm grateful for this M Audio keyboard that I'm looking at right now that somebody gave me. One of the most beautiful keyboards in the world right now. Also, I'm also grateful for this Yamaha keyboard that my granny got me that I'm looking at over here right now. That I need to be playing. The hell am I doing? Um, I'm also grateful for all of my materialistic possessions that are helping me go forward in my career and my journey to at least change that 1%. I'm also grateful for this mind that I have to want to change instead of fit in, to want to lead instead of follow, to want to teach and learn and be a student than to be a know it all. I'm very grateful for my higher self once again for showing me what is actually going on and what to really look out for. And I'm also grateful for this book that I'm reading about Baphomet, because Baphomet is not an evil demon. Satan is not, or Satan, I mean, Satan, Lucifer turns into Satan when you fuck up, right? But I'm grateful for just finding this book and understanding why Eastern civilization does what it does, why they wear what they wear. Um, a lot of the head coverings covers the third eye, covers the light of the third eye, which is crazy to me. I didn't even know that. Um, and I'm truthfully grateful for anybody who listens to this podcast. Since my mom says, you can't watch it. Like yes you can. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. But whatever. I'm grateful for y'all for listening or watching, whatever the hell you want to say. Um, for listening, watching my podcast, listening to my music, and understanding my words and getting through some of the bullshit that I be talking about sometimes. Um, I am truly grateful for that. Like, I thank y'all. And yeah, Key signing off.